Welcome into another episode of House Divided. As you can see, we're going solo. I think this is fourth week in a row. I think next week we're getting back to it. I think we might do a schedule switch up just to hopefully make sure we can get both of us in here at the same time. But yeah, solo. We'll go probably just like a half an hour today. Just get through some of the Masters recap, some of the MLB futures. I haven't even looked at the lines. I'm going to look at them live. Some of the other major previews for the PGA. And then I'll do a quick little bit on the NFL draft. Some of the futures that I had already bet that I posted on the Instagram story and some that I'm going to in the future. Hopefully. Best intro since NCAA 14. You have to talk to Tom about that one. That's all him. Bags always sells, yeah. Can't show up to his own show. Truly a house divided. He can't even watch it when he's not here. That's the sad part. All right, Masters recap. Congrats to Drew on winning the pick three golfers challenge. Once he gets back from Florida, he's been there all week, he will I don't know, he can order a hat online or go to Dick's, grab a golf hat, whatever he wants, some sort of golf hat, something like that. His choice, so I'll get with him when he's back. Brett's jersey's already here. He's in California though, so we can't give it to him until he's back. And Dan's jersey for the giveaway will be here, I think, next week. And we'll probably bring Brett's in until then because he'll be gone for like 6 months. Nets are plus 110 to win the series against the Celtics, but are plus 650 to win the title. Interesting. It's an interesting number. Celtics are minus 130. What'd they say? Simmons supposed to come back by game 4 or something? I don't understand why he can't play if he's practicing and they're saying he looks like amazing in practice and is going at everyone and shutting everyone down. I mean, I don't really understand. Like, I get, like, they could say that he wasn't in shape when they traded for him, but it's been, like, what, like a month and a half? Something like that. But, yeah, Drew won the challenge. Scotty Scheffler, congrats, Masters champion. Wasn't really an entertaining Masters. Tiger was in it day one and then shit the bed. I know my guy, Colin Morikawa, was up and down. JT sucked day one and then kind of bounced back and then I think he had a pretty good rest of the rounds. He's had a back injury too. Hasn't he been practicing though? I feel like I always see reports like, I saw the report last week where it was like he walks around like he's Jordan. He's shutting everyone down, like smoking them in one-on-ones, things like that. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Morikawa. Brooks kind of sucked. Those are like my 3 guys that I usually root for. I love JT. Specifically his shoes. I just like what he wears. He wears like weird shit and I like it. He's either going to come in and lock everyone up, on some heads, or they're just going to hack him the whole game. Yeah, I mean, at least defensively it should help. And then Morikawa played pretty well. Rory had a great last day. He was like 7 under or something to come storming back. But even Scotty had like a 4-stroke lead on the last hole to get a shot in 8 and 1. So not too entertaining. I did, like I said last week on the show, I didn't post my golf bets on the Instagram, so I'm not counting them for my record or anything. Talked about what I bet last week in the show. I had Scotty Scheffler to win plus 1,500, half unit play. So it paid out 7.5 units. Had Sungjae Im top 20 and Corey Connors top 20. I know I've put on the Instagram a few times. I bet Corey Connors in like every tournament to finish like top 10 or top 20 or something. He's always plus money for it, and he always seems to be up there. Roy was insane on Sunday. Yeah, that was fucking crazy. And that's like his thing. Like he can't win the Masters. But I mean, he did it with the pressure off pretty much. I mean, if he could just get a little more consistent with it, get the Grand Slam. But yeah, so it was a good Masters for me. I was up 12 units off of that because Connors and Im were both plus money for top 20. And I know I wouldn't have even bet Scotty to win. FanDuel just had a promo where it was like if you bet 25 on someone, you get your money back if you lose in free bets or something. So did that. It paid out plus 1,500. Pretty sweet. But yeah, I think Drew had Scotty, Morikawa, and JT, who were all top 6, I believe. So he won it by far. I think everyone, it might have been Drew, myself, and one other person, maybe 2, were the only ones who didn't have a golfer that missed the cut. A lot of people had Brooks, missed the cut. Xander Schauffele missed the cut. But yeah, I'm going to look into some of those baseball lines while we're here. Bad. I mean, I wouldn't say bad, but not a great start to the year for the Yankees. Garrett Cole needs to get his shit together. It's just classic Garrett Cole, though, just letting up fucking home runs. But at least won the series against the Red Sox. Oh, great. It's not going to... Let me have this. All right. MLB futures. So division winners, what are they at right now? All right, so anyone in the AL East is plus money to win the division. This is going to be... I'll just go with what I'm leaning right now. I'm going to probably put these out on Instagram when I actually decide. And I think some of these futures will probably update throughout the year. AL Central, everyone is pretty big underdogs to the White Sox. I don't love that. If I was to do anything, I guess it would be the Twins plus 600. Tigers are too young. The Guardians, unless they have good pitchers, but they're very inconsistent. Plesac went fucking crazy last year and got sent down, violated COVID protocols. Is Tiger back? No, I would say no. I don't think he's back. AL West, Astros, they're minus 185. Everyone else is pretty high plus money. Mariners at plus 500. That's not bad. I would expect they seem to be a team that's making a good amount of moves. So, or would be apt to. They made some in the offseason. I could see them going after some of the available guys at the deadline. A's, no way. Rangers, not there yet. They had some big signings this year. Angels, I don't see it, but you never know. They're second favorite in the division. So I'd probably, just for value-wise, if I was doing anything, it'd be Twins, Mariners. The AL East is tough. I really like the Blue Jays. If I was going to pick a World Series, I guess not winner, but maybe just participant from the AL, that's probably who it would have been. Just because they seem like there was talks of them trying to trade for Jose Ramirez. I don't think it's going to happen now. He signed his extension, but I could see it, or I could see a trade for someone else. So the Rays plus 260, Yankees 250, Red Sox plus 600. Slow start. You think they're apt to make some moves. Their lineup 1 through 7 is pretty scary. So that's not bad at plus 600 either. Head to the NL. Let's see. We got the Braves as the favorite in the East. I wouldn't mind. The Mets plus 200. I mean, it's not great odds. That's not bad. The Mets are chokers, though, so I don't know if I love it. The Phillies plus 400, or a little under 4. Marlins, no way. Nationals, no way. I guess if I was doing something, it'd probably be the Mets there. Not great return on it, but whatever. Hate to say it, but Blue Jays could win the division. I think they're the favorite for the division right now. Lineup pretty solid. Yeah, their lineup probably better than the Red Sox. Definitely better than the Yankees. Definitely better than the Rays. The Blue Jays are just... they're going to need Ryu to play pretty well. I know they have Jose Barrios. Who'd they sign? The dude from the Giants, maybe? Or the one pitcher they signed last year, I think, maybe from the Giants. Gibson, wherever he was last year. So they have a decent start to the rotation. They'll probably make another huge addition. Like I said, they were going to get Ramirez. I don't know who it is. Like one of these teams that's going to be way, way out of it. I don't know. Maybe the Nationals are probably going to be out of it. They wouldn't trade Soto. Maybe someone else from there. With these other teams that look like they'd be out of it. Maybe an NL team. Pirates are re-signing their only good players. They're likely not going to be trading them. The Reds, I mean, they traded Suarez and Winker already. I don't know who else they'd really want. D-backs, I think Marte, they re-signed too there, so he's probably not going anywhere. The Rockies are a weird team where they're not going to win anything, but they just went out and signed Chris Bryant for some reason, which he'd be the guy that you'd want from there after they lost Arenado and Story. They've got some younger guys. Charlie Blackmon's still there, but he is old as shit. I don't think that he'd be someone that, I don't know, one of these teams is going to drop out of the race, maybe like the Cardinals or something. I don't think the Cubs really have too many difference makers. The A's don't really have much more to trade. I don't think the Rangers would. They're trying to build back up. Maybe Whit Merrifield, but I don't know how much of a huge addition that is. All right, let's look at so I'd probably go Mets in the East, plus 200. Central is tough. Wilson here. We did our congrats earlier in the show. You get your hat when you return. Pick one out online, or we're going to Dick's to grab you one. Rockies in limbo. Yeah, with Chris Bryant, that's such a weird signing. Like, why pay him a shit ton of money when you didn't keep Arenado, you didn't keep Trevor Story, Blackmon's gonna be done. I mean, they just have like weird, like young Ryan McMahon, Brendan Rodgers, bunch of young, like, I don't know, they're not like studs. But I mean, I would keep an eye on the Blue Jays if there's a big trade that's going down, especially for another solid bat. I think the Blue Jays will probably do it. They could pretty much get anyone if they wanted to upgrade in one of their positions where they got like a young guy. They could flip Biggio and some prospects for. I know they have another shortstop prospect. I don't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but he's like a top 10, 15 prospect. So they could pretty much get, if they traded him and Biggio, they could get anyone that's like available. I don't think there's a lot of packages that'll be better than that. But yeah, the NL Central is gonna be tough. The Brewers are have the best pitching staff. I love Freddie Peralta. He's just like a strikeout machine. He doesn't pitch too late into games, but Brandon Woodruff got shelled opening day. I like Corbin Burns. I don't think he did too hot. Cardinals are kind of a weird team. They're going on their little reunion tour with Pujols and Yachty this year. But they do have Arenado, Tyler O'Neill, Harrison Bader. They've got a bunch of good younger players that are, or I guess Arenado is not too young, but a bunch of good players in their prime. They could make a run for it. Flaherty gets hurt like every year. I wouldn't rely on him. They're probably going to have to make a move for a pitcher. They still have Chris Carpenter for his 20th season. The Cubs, also kind of a weird team. They obviously let a lot of the core go with Chris Bryant, Rizzo, Baez. All those guys are gone. They did sign Marcus Stroman. They signed that Seiya Suzuki dude from Japan. So they've got some players. They're not great. I wouldn't put anything on them. The Reds, no way. They lost. They're a weird team too. They lost. If there's pitchers that are going to move, they're probably going to come from the Reds too. Any of those guys, Molly and Castillo, I don't think either of them were moved yet. Pirates, no way. Dodgers, obviously in the West, I wouldn't bet anything against them. I know the Giants had their year last year. They've got some young guys, Luciano, Joey Bart. They re-signed some of their pitching. They should be, I don't know, maybe they might make the playoffs. I wouldn't put any money on them to win the division. Plus 600, it's good value for a good team. Rockies plus 4. They made some moves. They got Tatis coming back probably in a few months. I don't know. The Dodgers are just a fucking holding the fort down. Yep, Dodgers the best. No shit. The Dodgers are like, if you look at the Dodgers roster 3 years ago and then look at them, what they have now, it's like they're a fucking MLB The Show franchise with getting 3 top 10 players in the MLB, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner, just getting all of them on their team within 2-3 years is fucking nuts, while keeping Bellinger, who kind of sucks now, which is weird, Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Gavin Lux. They've still got some young dudes in the farm too that they could trade for someone else if they become available. I know who else do they have? They've got Kershaw, Bueller. I don't know if what's his face is. They have Urias. The one dude with the red hair, Dustin May, if he's back this year, but he was pretty nice too. They've got a million players in their team. I know you think they got a loss with Kenley Jansen leaving for Atlanta, but then they got Kimbrel from the White Sox, and get rid of AJ Pollock, who they didn't even need. So yeah, it's a tough. Gonna be tough to beat the Dodgers, but they are chokers too. They got their World Series, but I don't know. Brewers are gonna need some bats. Braves, I don't trust. The Mets are. I'd pick the Mets from that division. If DeGrom can stay healthy, Scherzer can be Scherzer. They can get some of those other pitchers pitching like they did last year. You never know. I hate the Mets, but I'll give them that. Let's see what the World Series odds are. Dodgers plus 500. Don't hate it, but it's super early in the year. Blue Jays second favorite at 850. White Sox. I love the White Sox. I just don't know that they can stay healthy, if their pitchers can stay consistent. You're relying on Lance Lynn to be a top 10 pitcher in baseball. I don't know if I love it. Giolito's inconsistent. Kopech he hasn't really gotten to the point where he can pitch deep into games. They're going to probably have to add someone. The Astros, I'm not there. They're relying on a lot of older arms as well. Braves, I don't know if they're repeating. Don't hate it, but the Mets plus 1,300. I don't hate that for a World Series pick. The Brewers plus 1,400. Don't hate that. Padres at 16. The Phillies made some good acquisitions, and they're always looking for a move at 2,200. For the World Series, I don't know if I'd go much lower. If you want to throw a dart throw at the Twins for 45, but if they're out of it, they'll probably sell again. They could trade Correa. That could be someone that I know the Blue Jays wanted him. The Blue Jays could trade for if the Twins are out of it. I think it was only a 1-year deal for him to go there. Yeah, I think I'll put these bets out on Instagram after, but I think if I'm doing anything for World Series futures, Mets, Brewers, and Phillies are probably the best value in my eyes. The Rays are always dangerous to get there. I don't know if I trust them to win against the Dodgers. It's just too much. Injuries happen, trades happen, so we'll see. But again, I'll put those on the Instagram. Let's see. I wanted to look at some of the other PGA major, the upcoming majors. What's next? The PGA Championship on May 19th. So that'll be the next one. We might do, I don't think we're going to do another one just for a major. We might do like a year-long thing where if your guy wins an event, you'll get a point or something. That'll entice people to maybe not pick the top guys. They won't be playing in as many events, but you're probably getting a better chance to win, obviously. But I honestly, in all of these tournaments, give it a week or two, but Scottie Scheffler's been he's won like half the tournaments this year. I don't see why putting a quarter unit on him to win any of the other majors would be a bad investment. He's been hot. Rom's going to need a bounce back. Brooks going to need a bounce back at some point. Bryson's going to be hungry. He stunk. But I did see something the other day. He might be a little injured, but that might just be a little bitching on his behalf. Webb Simpson's going to need a bit of a comeback. He's kind of stunk to start the year. He was on fire He was like top 5 last year. He's at like 4,500 for a lot of these tournaments, so that's pretty good value. Corey Connors is what I'm saying earlier. He's plus 6,000 to win a lot of these tournaments. This dude's like finishing top 10 in a lot of events. Like you're getting Corey Connors to finish top 10 at like plus 2,000, to finish top 20 plus money, top 30. I had him earlier in the year. I had him top 30 at like plus 300, hit on that. I had Russell Knox a few times. Some of these guys, I'll probably start putting out a lot more of my golf bets. Once Joe's on, he's going to be a lot more of the baseball game-to-game wise. It's not as much my forte. So I'll probably be putting out a lot more golf bets. I don't like the week right after the Masters. A lot of guys are sitting out. A lot of post-Masters hangover, or guys that are stressing to play better. Never know what's going to happen, but I'll start putting out maybe 3, 4, or 5 picks each week, while Joe will probably do more of the day-to-day. Obviously, we have NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs coming up. Maybe for the May giveaway, we'll do something, maybe like a tournament for both. And the consensus winner of like average for both might be... let's see what we got. Joe's back next week. All right, so yeah, we'll look at some of those golf bets too as it comes, and then, so I'd say the thing that I know, obviously I like to think I know a lot about every sport. No run second inning, interesting. I have seen some things where it says no run first inning hits at a 46% clip or something like that. So, but it's billed as like a favorite because people like to bet it more than a run just because they think it's the other way around. I saw something like that the other day. I'm always at work or coming back when a lot of these games are starting. So it's like no run first inning or yes run first inning or any of these bets are great for watching the game. I don't think I'm even to that degenerate status of doing that when I'm not even going to watch the game. I'd rather just take some underdogs. No run first inning, the best. I'd like to see some of the percentages to that. Maybe, are you like done with school, Josh, or you can like come home? Maybe we gotta get a little stats episode with Josh on here soon, or like maybe we'll record something and put it out on a day we can't do the pod, or like a bonus double episode, something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was no run first is like a 46 or 7% clip, but you're betting it most of the time as more of a favorite than a yes run. But yeah, so again, I like to think I know a lot about a lot of the sports. I'd say college football, college basketball, the NFL are my 3 most known. The MLB, NBA, and NHL are right behind them. Not a soccer guy. Our golf's up there, I guess. But in like getting real specific, I think the NFL draft is the thing I pay the most attention to, like non-actual games. When I did my mock draft, I don't know, it was like 2 months ago. We did an episode. Joe couldn't make it. I didn't know what to do, so we just bullshitted a mock draft. Josh is home right now. He got his tonsils out. Nice. Well, yeah, one time we got to do a stats episode or something. Text me for that. We'll record. We could record it over like Zoom or something too. But I did my mock draft, how long ago. I said Trayvon Walker is right now like viewed as like the 70th pick in the draft. Said I couldn't find it on any of my books. I looked at every book available. I was like, I want to bet this dude to make it to be drafted in the first round. Just the first round. Couldn't find it at all. Then we did, I think I posted on the story 3 weeks ago. It's in the futures folder or highlight section on the Instagram. I'm going to go Trayvon Walker for the number 1 pick. Aiden Hutchinson was like minus 400 to go number 1. Evan Neal, Ike Ekwonu, Kayvon Thibodeau, some of those guys were right after it. Trayvon Walker was like the 15th favorite for it. He was plus 1,400 at the time. I put a unit on that. And I'll say this, I don't think that he's worthy of the number 1 pick. He's super raw dude, but I think he's 6'5", 6'6", 270, runs a 4.5, jumps out of the gym or field, I guess. Crazy athletic dude. And now there's a ton of rumors he's going number 1 to the Jags. I think the odds were down to like plus 250 on it. So I'll try and post more of those. I mean, we don't know if it's going to happen obviously yet. I'll try and post more of these heavy futures when I actually take them. I mean, sometimes I just forget about my bets that I do, and I'm not even thinking to put on the story. Sometimes, like the golf one, I was like, these are kind of promo bets. I don't know if I'm going to – it's not really – everyone can't do it depending on what books they have. But I'll start putting everything out. And, yeah, the NFL draft, there's a lot of, like, over-under for, like, when a player is going to get picked. I know I was talking to someone the other day. There was a line for Jameson Williams. I think it was 18 over-under for his draft position. I'd go heavy under that. A lot of rumors he could be the first receiver taken in the draft. Coming off the torn ACL in the national championship semifinal, this dude's nuts. Like, he has – I don't want to prop up any Giants players, but if you watch Kadarius Toney and, like, the change of direction, he has, like, crazy change of direction. Like Lamar Jackson when he does his juke and the guy 10 yards ahead of him is getting faked out. It's kind of that type of stuff. Super fast dude. Like, he's like your little Tyreek Hill type gadget player, but he's 6'2", 6'3". Skinny guy, but I like him as first receiver drafted. He's like the 3rd or 4th favorite for it. Over under 18. I like under that. I haven't even looked at the lines. I was just talking to someone who was reading them off to me, and that one just stood out to me. So I'll try and get like a board like that together. Maybe we'll do like a NFL draft, like make your own mock draft challenge where the winner gets whatever the prize is. We already did a giveaway this month, so it wouldn't be something huge, but maybe just something to participate. Maybe like a jersey or something I already have. Maybe the Johnny Manziel one that we have here. I think I've grown out of the Johnny Manziel. Not flexing that as much anymore. So maybe that'll be the giveaway. Kind of fitting for a draft, overdrafted dude. Draft day too, the song. But yeah, we'll do an MLB or an NFL draft, like mock draft challenge. I'll post all those props on that. Yeah, I don't really know if we have too much else to talk about. Again, congrats to Drew winning the Masters Challenge. His 3 golfers, pretty good picks. We'll get him that hat this weekend probably. Keep an eye out for the MLB futures. I'll probably go over that this weekend with Joe. Make our picks, put those out. Tough with the futures. I know I have that future on Trayvon Walker, the future on the Jets over 5 wins, kind of a homer pick. Wouldn't say that you guys should do that. It's just kind of where I'm at. And we have the house bet of E.J. Liddell, Ohio State forward in the first round. Be some sort of punishment if for the loser of that one. Joe said no. I said yes. A little biased because he's my favorite player in college basketball. But, yeah, any questions, DM us on Instagram. Any tips, DM us on Instagram. I know Tuttle will be home soon for the track season. He'll be our racing expert, our Randy Moss. We'll probably have him on for the NHL playoffs as well. Again, if you guys ever want to come on the show, feel free to DM us on Instagram. If you guys like the NBA, like the NHL, like horse racing, you like baseball, you like golf, any of these things, and you think you'll be a good guest on the show, you want to make some picks, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram. We'll get it set up. If it has to be a pre-recorded thing, it can be, and we can just throw it up as a segment. If you want to come in the studio for a live show, that's cool too. But just let us know. And I guess that wraps it up for this week. So we will see you next week. We will hopefully have the full house for the first time in a month. You want to apply to be my new co-host, let me know too. I might need one of those if we don't have someone for next week. But yeah, see you guys next week again. DM us any questions. See ya.
Make it last forever. Stop in time. Yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight. Chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move.
Let me see.
You broke my nose!
I'll fix it.
Ah!